Welcome to Sprinkles of Theology, brought to you from Christian Thought. I am Jerry Adams, the host of Christian Thought, and I am reading from the Shorter Catechism of Baptist Version, and today is question number 36. Question 36 reads, "What is sanctification?" Answer: Sanctification is the work of God's free grace whereby His elect are renewed in the whole man after the image of God and are enabled more and more to die to sin and live on to righteousness. And for scriptural support for this answer, we have these. 2 Thessalonians 2:13. But we ought always to give thanks to God for you, brothers, beloved by the Lord, because God chose you as firstfruits to be saved through sanctification by the Spirit and belief in the truth. In Ephesians chapter 4, 22 through 24. To put off the old self, which belongs to your former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires, and to be renewed in spirit of your mind, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God and true righteousness and holiness. In Galatians chapter 5:24, and those who belong to Christ have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. And in Romans chapter 6, verses 1 through 4, and then 12 through 14. What shall we say then? Are we to continue in sin that grace may abound? By no means. How can we who died to sin still live in it? Do you not know that all of us who have been baptized into Christ were baptized into his death? We were buried therefore with him by baptism into death, in order that, just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, we too might walk in newness of life. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, to make you obey its passions. Do not present your members to sin as instruments for unrighteousness, but present yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and your members to God as instruments for righteousness. For sin will have no dominion over you, since you are not under law, but under grace. And in Romans chapter 6, verse 19, I am speaking in human terms because of your natural limitations. For just as you once presented your members as slaves to impurity and to lawlessness, leading to more lawlessness, so now present your members as slaves to righteousness, leading to sanctification. And in Romans chapter 8, 12 through 14, so then, brothers, we are debtors not to the flesh to live according to the flesh. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God. And in 1 Thessalonians 4, 3 through 5, for this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, not in passions of lust like the Gentiles who do not know God. 1 John 3:9. No one born of God makes a practice of sinning, for God's seed abides in him, and he cannot keep on sinning because he has been born of God. And 1 John 5:18, we know that everyone who has been born of God does not keep on sinning, but he who was born of God protects him, and the evil one does not touch him. And finally, in Philippians chapter 2, 12 through 13, therefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, so now, not only in my presence, but much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God who works in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure. And that is a sprinkle of theology. If you like these sprinkles of theology, please subscribe, like, and share to help out this channel. And thank you for listening, and God bless.